Hi, my name is Jason Quint, and along with my wife Julia, we own Resort City Villas. We started this blog, Vacation Rental ROI, to help our owners get a better understanding of how to increase the return on their investment in their vacation property. And in this video, we're going to talk about market analysis, specifically relating to the demographics of who is visiting and where they're coming from, and then how to use that information to turn it into a marketing strategy to increase your average nightly rates and get a better return on your investment. So first and foremost, who's coming here, how many people, and where are they coming from? 55 million people came to Orlando last year, 2011. That's the most recent available data that we have. Now, there's actually a report, a whole spreadsheet that the Visit Orlando, who's the Convention and Visitors Bureau, they put out. And if I had to wager, you've probably never seen this before. If I had to bet again, I'd also say your property management company has probably never seen this before, which is a problem in my book. But I don't actually like the way this one's formatted because it has information in there that doesn't really apply. So we made a couple changes. We removed business travelers because they're not staying in vacation rentals, and we also added some percentages. So when you do those two things, you very quickly can realize, say, 45 million visitors come to Orlando. The vast majority come from the United States, 41 million. The biggest chunk out of that live in Florida. So almost half of the visitors to Orlando live in Florida. 21.5 million people. Where's your property management company focusing? If I had to guess, I would say they're focusing on the international crowd. So let's take a look at where those people are coming from. Where is the largest source of visitors internationally? Without looking at this data, I would suspect many of you would say the UK. That may have been true a number of years ago. It's not true anymore. Along with their economy taking a nosedive, the visitors have taken a nosedive as well. There's only 767,000 visitors coming in 2011. They've every year for the last 5 or so years they've had a decline. Almost 25% over since 2007. Canada, on the other hand, at over 1 million visitors, is the largest source outside of the United States. But still, in comparison to the United States, it's a very, very small number. And we kind of put this chart together to help those people that don't like data table, don't like lots of numbers, but to illustrate the fact. And it's pretty simple when you put it in this view. And if I'm a vacation rental owner, I want my management company to be focusing on that United States piece because that's got the most potential, the biggest slice of the pie. Let's do an example of your typical management company and just how it helps put into light why your owner statement looks the way it does and the average nightly rates are so low. Because when we walk through this example, it'll be pretty telling. So we start at the big number, 55 million, and we say we recognize not everybody's a vacationer. Some people are here on business, and we say, okay, 45 million leisure visitors. Well, 41 million of those came from the United States. Unfortunately, that's not where most of the tour operators and booking agents are getting their bookings from. They're getting them from overseas and international guests. More specifically, they're really focusing on just one nationality, and that's the UK and British, holiday makers. And so at the end of the day, you've got 800 property management companies or thereabouts marketing next to almost 25,000 vacation homes to what amounts to a very small number of 143,000 visitors. Because of all the people that visit from the UK, not all of them stay in vacation rentals. Only 19% do. So when you look at it this way, it makes perfect sense that when you have 25,000 homes being marketed to a very, very small segment of the market, there's just too much supply and the price goes down. And it goes down a lot. I mean, I've seen some statements that where the average nightly rate was $30, $40, $50. You're not going to make any money. You're not going to have any return if you're getting those nightly rates. Not to mention the fact that you've got a huge, so much higher occupancy rates and larger wear and tear. You have higher expenses, so you have lower revenue, higher expenses. That's not a good equation. So how does Resort City Villas do it? Well, we focus on that biggest chunk of the pie, 41 million domestic leisure visitors. That's where we focus on. And surprisingly enough, many people don't know this, but there are just as many Americans who stay in vacation homes as there are the British. 18%. Now, most people don't know that number, but it is that high. So at the end of the day, we're marketing our properties to 8 million visitors. 8 million visitors, or 143,000. When you look at those two numbers in terms of what is the potential to get more money and to get higher occupancy rates, higher nightly average rates, you can do that when you're focusing on 8 million potential guests rather than a very, very small, very, very segmented market of 143,000. So if this makes sense to you, but doesn't make sense to your property management company, and you're kind of questioning now why they don't do this, give us a call. We'd love to sit down with you and walk through your specific situation and help you develop a plan to specifically market your property and achieve the goals you want to achieve. I'd also like to hear some comments and like to start a discussion about this topic and all the others that we have on our site. So thanks a lot for watching and have a great day.